Hello everyone, and welcome to our holiday corner. If you're scrolling through a gallery of Christmas decoration ideas, you're in the right place. Today we're zooming in on the details, the little choices that, when put together, create that warm, magical feeling in a home during the holiday season. We'll move photo by photo, scene by scene, and talk about what to look for, what to avoid, and how to recreate these looks in your own space. So grab a cup of cocoa, relax, and let's explore the details that elevate your Christmas decoration from nice to unforgettable. Let's start with the star of most rooms, the Christmas tree. In every image, you'll notice that a great tree isn't just about the lights or the ornaments alone, it's about an intentional layering. Picture a tree with 3 clear layers: a base of lights, a middle layer of garlands or ribbons, and the final touch of ornaments. The lights set the mood, so look for a warm, even glow rather than the harsh glare of bright, cool LEDs. The glow should feel inviting, like a glow from a fireplace, not stadium lighting. If you see photos where the lights seem tucked into every twig, that's a sign of careful distribution, the kind that makes the tree look lush and full from every angle. Next, pay attention to color and texture on the tree. A timeless approach uses a cohesive palette: champagne, warm gold, forest green, and accents of glass or metallics. The visuals may show metallic or glass elements catching the light, which adds sparkle without overwhelming the eye. In a well-styled tree, the ornaments aren't the same size or shape everywhere. There's a rhythm. Larger statements toward the outer branches, smaller pieces deeper in the tree to create depth. If you see a tree where all the ornaments are the same size, the look might feel flat. Texture matters too. Matte finishes soften the sheen of the glittery ones, and there's a gentle contrast between smooth baubles and rough wooden or natural pieces like pine cones or wood slices. And speaking of natural, a few real or faux pine cones tucked in here and there can bring a subtle woodland scent to the visual, which is part of the holiday magic. Let's move to lighting beyond the tree. A common detail in these images is the use of layered lighting: the warm tree lights, soft ambient lighting from nearby lamps, and a few accent lights that highlight a mantel or centerpiece. The trick is balance. If you notice a room lit only by the tree, it can feel magical but a little isolating. When there are multiple light sources, candles on a table, a lamp with a soft shade, string lights along a mantel, the space feels larger and cozier. Pay attention to the color temperature of all lights. Warm white around 2700 to 3000 Kelvin tends to feel inviting and classic for Christmas decor, while cooler whites can read modern or icy. In photos, you'll often see a gentle gradient of light, with brighter pockets where the eye is drawn, like a corner table or a garlanded doorway. Texture is a word you'll hear a lot in decorating circles, and Christmas is the perfect time to lean into it. When you see a photo of a room, notice the contrast between soft fabrics and hard surfaces. Velvet ribbons on garlands, linen napkins on a tablescape, a woven burlap wrap on a gift, or a matte ceramic ornament against a glossy glass one. All these textures play off each other to keep the eye interested without becoming chaotic. If a space looks flat, you're probably missing one of these textures. A good mix of wood grain, metal, glass, and fabric can instantly add warmth and richness to a scene. Now let's talk about garlands, wreaths, and mantel styling, the hero moments where the eye lingers. A garland on a mantel is a simple thing, but it's easy to get wrong. The key is scale and fullness. A garland should feel substantial, not skimpy. You'll often see it accented with faux berries, pine cones, and small clusters of lights tucked in at intervals so the glow doesn't vanish along its length. For realism, a few stray needles or a light dusting of faux snow can give the impression that this is a holiday favorite you've enjoyed for years. When wreaths show up in images, look at their diameter in relation to the door or window. A wreath should be proportional: too small and it disappears, too large and it overwhelms the frame. In photos, you'll notice the wreath sometimes has a ribbon or a bow that creates a focal point, an eye-catching moment that anchors the entire doorway or wall. Stockings are a charming detail that instantly says, home. In many images, you'll see them arranged across a mantel in a straight line or a gentle arc. The placement matters because it affects how the eye travels through the scene. A line of stockings in a single color family creates harmony. A mix of textures, felt, knitted, or sparkly, adds character. Look at how the stockings hang. Are they lightly filled with a hint of shape, or do they look mostly flat? The puffiness of a stocking can convey personality. A classic red knit for tradition, or a modern white with metallic embroidery for a contemporary twist. Across these photos, you'll also notice a sense of balance. 3 to 5 stockings with a clear anchor piece in the middle, so the display reads cohesive rather than crowded. Let's talk about tablescapes and centerpieces. A lot of details you'll notice here involve the careful placement of natural elements. Sprigs of evergreen, pine cones, citrus slices, and candles of varying heights. The centerpiece should feel inviting and fragrant in spirit, even if you can't smell it through the screen. Even in photos, you can feel the care that went into layering. A tall candle with a low, steady flame creates vertical interest, while lower candles at the sides form a warm loop of light that guides the eye around the table. Seasonal elements like eucalyptus or rosemary sprigs remind us of the outdoors, while mirrors or metallic trays reflect the glow of the candles and glassware, multiplying the feeling of warmth. When you're recreating this look, start with a focal piece, perhaps a large candle or a small floral arrangement, and build around it. If you're using evergreen stems, remember to choose a shape that won't shed needles all over the host's dining room. Plastic or preserved options can be a practical alternative. Don't overlook the front door and outdoor accents. The porch or entryway is the first impression guests get, and photos often emphasize scale and proportion here. A front door wreath should be in harmony with the house's architecture and not overwhelm the doorframe. For houses with tall entryways, a larger wreath or even a pair of matching wreaths on either side of the door can be striking. Outdoor lighting, soft lanterns, string lights along the railing, a path lit with warm bulbs, adds a welcoming glow that persists after sunset. In images, you'll often see warm light wrapping around porch columns or a gentle snowfall effect on the porch decor, which adds a touch of magic and makes the scene feel complete. Scent and atmosphere, though invisible in a photo, are always connected to the visuals you see. Pine and cinnamon scents are the classic companions to the winter color palette. If a room looks especially cozy, you can imagine a gentle spice in the air, a pine-scented candle flickering nearby, and the soft rustle of a velvet ribbon as someone moves. When building your own space, you can contribute to that sensory experience through unscented candles for a clean, long-lasting light, or go with a carefully chosen scented candle that complements your color story and the natural textures you display. A practical note: style is one thing, safety and function are another. In the photos you're seeing, notes of safety often emerge as well-timed arrangements. Candles placed away from drapes, stockings pinned to a sturdy mantel, wires tucked neatly along the back of a console, and lights that are rated for indoor use with good cord management. If you're decorating a home with kids or pets, consider safer options like LED candles, shatterproof ornaments, and battery-powered string lights. And storage matters, too. After the holidays, many of these elements can be packed away in labeled boxes, with fragile ornaments wrapped individually, garlands stored in breathable bags, and ribbons rolled neatly so you can reuse them next year without tangling. Before we wrap up, a quick checklist you can take into your own space. Start with a cohesive color story, one dominant palette with 2 or 3 supporting accents. Check the lighting. Are there multiple layers, and do all the lights feel warm and inviting? Review textures. Are there at least 3 different textures that play off each other? Look at scale on the mantel, the wreaths, and the door. Is there a natural element like pine, eucalyptus, or citrus that adds life without overpowering the scene? Finally, assess safety and practicality. Are cords hidden? Are candles positioned away from fabric? And can you safely store everything for next year? If you've enjoyed this walkthrough of the details you can't miss in your Christmas decoration, I hope you feel inspired to bring a touch of this magic into your own home. Remember, decoration isn't about spending a lot of money. It's about making thoughtful choices, balancing elements, and letting your personal taste shine through. The best Christmas spaces feel timeless, not trendy, so lean into what makes your home feel warm, inviting, and you. If you're filming a living space or planning your own setup, these strategies will help you craft scenes that feel connected, cozy, and festive, photo after photo, year after year. Thanks for watching. If you found these details helpful, click like, subscribe for more decorating tips, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next video in our holiday series. Share your favorite Christmas detail in the comments, whether it's a certain ribbon choice, a palette combination, or a lighting setup you swear by. I love hearing what works for you, and I'll see you in the next episode with more ideas to help your home glow this season.